Okay, I think we got down to the last part of this assignment, which is congruent and similar figures. Now, I told you to do page 997, so you'd have to click on congruent and similar figures, 996. Click on that and you'll get your choices. Now, this page 996, you'll want to look at it, okay, because it's got the information. It tells you what congruent means, same shape, same size, same measure, and similar if they have the same shape, but not necessarily the same size. Two figures are similar, corresponding angles are congruent. That's the thing you need to know. Congruent and the ratio of the lengths of corresponding sides are equal. The ratio of the lengths of corresponding sides are equal. It means the sides are in proportion. But we're not going to spend any time on this. You're going to look at that yourself. And then you go to page 997 and you'll get your exercises. Okay. Okay, what figures are congruent, similar, or neither? And I think let's see, let me go back and look at the assignment because I don't remember which ones I had you do. Is 10 to 18. Yes, that's what I thought. 10 to 18. 10 to 18. So you skip these ones at the top where it says still with congruent, similar, or neither, because you could probably look at them and tell like these two definitely are not congruent because they're not the same size. Okay. They could be similar, but you just check the ratios. Is 7 to 3.5 the same as 4 to 2? And 6 to 3? Yep, this is exactly half of that one. And these congruency marks are indicating that these angles, the corresponding angles, are congruent, and the corresponding parts are in the same ratio. Okay, so you could look at something like this and say, well, is 9 to 7 and 9 to 7 the same as 7 to 5? And you just plug that in your calculator and you find that that's not true. Okay. So that's what those are all about. Can you tell whether these are similar or not? Okay, would these be similar? This side is twice that one. So that means if they were similar, this side would have to be twice that one, which it's not, so they're not similar. Okay. But that I didn't really want you to do those. Those you can do just to remind yourself. Okay, but let's look at some of these actual problems. Okay, let me actually get one down on paper and we can look at them together. We got background music. Congruent similar figures. Okay, as I said, congruent means the same measure. Okay, medidas son lo mismo. Okay, las medidas son lo mismo. They measure the same. Congruent. And then similar figures, the angles, corresponding angles have the same measure. They're congruent, and the corresponding sides are in proportion, or they have the same ratio. Okay, let's look at one example that I didn't copy down. Okay, so they give you, I'm freehand this one, give you two parallelograms. And I said this one's 43 degrees. And this one is X. And they're telling you that this figure, the two are similar. That's the symbol for similar, this little squiggly line. Okay. So if these are similar and these are corresponding angles, then that means that X is 43 degrees. Boy, that was hard. Wow, that was a difficult one. Let's look at something a little more tricky. Ooh. I'll give you another one that's kind of weird looking. It's another parallelogram. Two similar parallelograms. And they said that this one is 56. So it's a 124. And opposite angles on parallelograms are congruent. So they also said that this was 56. This is also 56. But this one here has an expression of 3x plus 4. Okay. So we're looking at say, well, these are corresponding angles. That means these are corresponding angles. And if this is 56, we also know from parallelograms that same side angles, same side interior angles are supplementary. Same side angles are supplementary, so they have to add to 180. 124 plus 56 makes 180. Okay. So we know this has to be 180. So we take that expression, 3x plus 4, and it's got to equal, what's this have to be? 124 degrees. Okay. And use your rules of algebra, and you will see that x is equal to 40. Okay. And that's all we're trying to do with these. So you just got to look for corresponding parts and then just solve them. Okay. So if I gave you another one, say I gave you a right trapezoid. Okay. I told you that these are both that. And I told you this is say 130 degrees. Okay. Which probably means this is 50. And I said that this one is, I don't know, 5x minus 3. So we can see that this angle corresponds, oh, you can't see it because it's off the page, huh? There you go. Now you can see it. You can see that this angle, this 130 degree angle, corresponds with this angle, which I've called 5x minus 3. So then that would simply be another time where you would put the algebraic expression equal to the measure that you know. And since I chose these at random, it's probably not going to come out to a nice number. So x equals 133 over 5. Five goes into 13 twice. 3 left over. 5 goes into 33 6 times. And 3 left over, 26.6 or 3/5. And that's what x would be. Okay. So that's pretty straightforward. And I think you can handle it because you guys are all smart. And it's the last, almost the last thing we're going to do this semester. Okay. So congruent and similar figures, remember similarity, angles have the same measure, and sides are in proportion. Did they give you these with sides? Yes, they did. Just let me give you one more example with sides in proportion, so you can see how that one should be answered as well. So a lot of times you don't really know how to answer these questions. 4x, 20. So give you a rectangle and say this is 4x plus 3. This is 20. And they give you another rectangle. They say these are two figures are similar. This one is 8 and 14. So then we have to look at our orientation. And this drawing doesn't really help you because this one is obviously the long side and this is the shorter side. And here's the longer side and the shorter side. So it means this side corresponds with the short side and this side corresponds with that side. So we say our 20 over 8 has to equal our 4x plus 3 over our 14. Okay. Solve a proportion, set up a proportion, set up the proportion. This is the shorter side, that's the shorter side, this is the longer side, that's the longer side. So we set up our proportion, short to short, long to long, short over short equals long over long, because they have to have the same ratio and to be similar figures. 20 times 14 is equal to 8 times 4x plus 3. Okay. 20 times 14, 14 times 2 is 28, 280 is equal to 32 x más 24. Remember your distributive property. Okay. Then we'll minus at 24. 280 minus 24 is 256. So that's our 32x. Then we'll take the 32nd. And we'll do our 256 over 32, which I think is 8. 256 divided by 32 is 8. Yeah, I guess. So 8 is equal to x. And that's all we need to find. Well, then we plug that back in to 4x plus 3. So 4 times 8 plus 3, 32 plus 3. So that side would be, this side would be equal to 35. So 35 is to 14 as 20 is to 8. Is that true? 35 is to 14 as 20 is to 8. Is verdad? No, it's verdad. 20 times 14 is 280. And 35 times 8. And you see it? 280. Oh, you didn't see it. Check-a-rooney. We've done it. And that's your, that's how you do these things. Okay, so figure out which sides are corresponding, set up your proportions. With the sides and with the angles, it's más fácil because with the angles, you just find the corresponding angles and set up your equation and just solve it out. Good luck, folks, and I hope you have a great time with this as we wind down our school year. Ciao.